Yeah. So today is human library, and we, as in library, we have so many different books. We do have so much of treasure in our community. So that is one of the reason we wanted to introduce our treasure as human library. We have Shriya, Sumit, Nitya, Geeta, Achalesh, Advai, Shaunak as part of the speakers today in human library. So as I have already shared in the announcement, they have different kinds of interests. So today, especially, we are not talking about their interest and about the topic, but today we will be understanding their learning journey. How were they able to do so, pursue so many interests, and what all was there in their story of learning? So all those things they will be sharing. So if you have any questions related to this, you can keep a note of it when they were speaking. And finally, we do have some time to ask questions. You can ask either for one speaker or you can ask for all the speakers. So all the speakers can also share their journey as per as their experience. Yeah. Yes. Over to all the speakers who want to start first.
Leela, I'm not prepared. Can I go last?
Yes.
What are you doing today?
Yeah. Sumit, you want to start your journey? Yeah, each speaker will.
No, somebody else can do it first. I'm just some reference.
Yes. Each speaker will get roughly around 5 to 8 minutes. So you can share your journey. And then as per the time permits, then you can also share. As you answer, you can bring in more perspectives to your journey.
Leela?
Yes.
I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, everyone shares 5 to 8 minutes in the breakout room.
No, today we don't have the breakout room. We all are together. There were two choices. Now today we'll all do together.
Okay. So
Yeah.
basically, I didn't prepare the context and stuff. That's okay.
That's okay, Achalesh. If you want to go, if you are not prepared, we can also call you some other time. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Shreya, you can start.
Hello guys, so you know me, I'm Sriya. I'm 18 years old. So at first I'll let you meet some of my close friends, close people actually. So I love someone so much. And do you know who's that? It's food. I love food so much. It's my forever lover. And I also fell for clothes. And the most interesting and challenging person I ever met till now is my passion for designing. And I'm also friends with dancing and painting, whom I don't meet regularly though. And I also live in another world, a dream where both day and night dreams includes. So today I'll be focusing on sharing how my passion picked me up. Let's start with my childhood. So in childhood, I learned many things: dancing, art, craft, sports. I was into different fields, but I never continued them more than few months or a year, 2 years. But I always loved dressing up. I used to dress up very nicely with all of my focus, and I also used to dress up my sister. But and I always have been giving up if I find something which is difficult or I feel, oh, this is tough, not for me. I used to give up, and I never welcomed challenges. And as a learning process, I always add my own style of learning to what my teachers my teachers way of teaching. And when I entered teenage in the early teens, I lost interest in most of the things that I did as a child, and I was completely lazy. But me giving up when I feel something difficult and me not welcoming challenges continued though. And one day I remember I always saw how much respect my mother gets, as she's a judge and everyone respects her so much. And I also wanted the same respect. And then it struck me, do I want respect for my character or for myself, like for my character and me? And then I thought, yeah, I want character for both. I mean, respect for both of the things. Why one? And then I thought, yeah, so it doesn't have to be, I have to be a judge to get respect. I can choose any profession, and every profession has their own respect. And later, when I was 14 years old, I joined Arohi. I was in Arohi for 8 months there, and later I came out of there. And when I was in Arohi, I found out that I was very passionate about fashion designing as I loved clothes. I didn't knew before, I just knew that I love clothes, but I never knew that I was passionate about it. And I also got interested into book reading and painting that excited me so much. And later, after coming out from Arohi, I started with stitching few dresses for my dolls, and later I went for stitching classes because I wanted to stitch for myself and my sister. And after, like, when I was 15, 16 years old, I started stitching my own dresses and for my sister with help of YouTube and my grandmother. Few of them failed, and me and my grandmother used to think of the alternatives for which we can adjust them, and that worked well most of the times. And when I was in ninth standard, we gave farewell party for our seniors, 10th class. And then I was the one who organized the party, like dance group and all. That's when I realized that I do have leadership qualities and I am capable of being a leader. Before that, I never knew. I was always the person who was behind the people. I never went out in the people and came out and talked and all. I was behind. But that time I was in front and taking people, I was leading people, I mean, my friends. That's when I came to know that. And when I was 17, I told my parents that I wanted to take my passion into profession, and they agreed to it. Oh, my happiness was so I was very, very happy for that. And me and my dad started researching related to that, what colleges are there and stuff like that. And they also started preparing for the entrance exam for those colleges. Initially, I had many thoughts like, yeah, I should do this today, I should learn this, I should study this. But those all ended up being thoughts and not actions. I didn't know why. I just felt like something was missing. And then later, I realized it was the belief in me. I didn't have enough belief on myself. So I also remember my mother saying, she says this even now, I should work without thinking about the result. If I work properly with the focus, the result will come automatically. I don't have to fear about the result. And that worked really. That's what I kept in my mind, and I started preparing for my exams, and now I'm doing well with that. And later on, I also doubted my abilities. Like, am I suitable for being a designer? Is this really my passion? Am I sure about this? And then, like, okay, it's okay, let's do things. Everything will come fall in place. That's how I continued working. And everything that I was doing demanded me to come out of my comfort zone. But I didn't wanted it because I'm that cozy little potato who likes to stay in my own bubble. And I discussed on the same things with my friends, with my cousins, and each of them gave me a different perspective of the same thing. I remember that my cousin brother told me that make those new things, those new environment into your comfort zone. And that was like, yeah, why can't I do that? That's a wonderful saying. And that's what I did later. And now I fell in love with everything that I do, every single thing I do to related to designing. I love it, absolutely. And later, 2 3 months ago, I again accidentally talked with Ratnesh. It was not planned at all. And he gave me a completely new perspective on learning. He told me that I doesn't have to be that I have to go to college to learn something which I was passionate about. I can even start working on it now. I can learn even now. He told me that, and that's how we start. That's when we started ODA. We formed a group, and we took up projects. I did some projects personally on designing, and we also did daily designing. So presently, I kept my leg on 3 boards. Though I have 2 legs, I kept it in 3. Those are, I'm preparing for college entrance exams, and I'm also designing daily, and I also go to college, 12th college, for half a day. So, but initially it was very overwhelming. I felt so stressed out. Will I be able to do at least one of them? Will I do it or not? It was too much for me. And then eventually I learned to manage it, learn to schedule my day, learn to prioritize my things. And everything just fell in place. I just started to believe in the timing of life. Like if I want something, it's from years I've been wanting to do something related to my passion, designing, and now everything fell in place. And I have the hope that even in future, everything will fall in place if I keep working on it properly. And yeah, working on designing never made me feel stressed or burdened. And now, guess what? I welcome challenges. I welcome challenges related to designing. I love challenges now. And all of this is possible and will be continuing purely because of my parents and my family support. They believed in me, even at times I doubted my abilities. Now I have the feeling, the support of my parents, and I feel like, yeah, I can do anything. That's how I feel, and this journey towards my passion and in the passion will go on. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was quite energetic to hear from you. Thanks, Shreya.
Yeah. We'll continue with the.
You caught us.
Nitya or Geeta or Sumedh, Shauna.
Yeah, I'm ready to go as well.
Yes.
I just had a request. I have posted my areas of learning on chat, and
Okay.
if the listeners can just type what area they want to hear, because I'm not sure I can encapsulate everything the way Sriya was able to, like. So I'm not sure I can do all the topics. So if the listeners can just type it on chat as to what you want to hear, then I can start.
Nitya, can you paste that message again? I joined in late, so I can't see the past message.
Okay, Shreya is telling business and
Yeah.
fashion. And you have now multiple choices, Nitya. They made you the same board. So you can pick whichever.
Yes.
There are
So I think
business
we
and
can
fashion
stop
trends in-
choosing now, because I've got more than what I need. So, okay, so I'll start with, we have about 5 to 8 minutes, right?
Yes,
Leela?
yes, yes.
Okay, all right. So I'll start with writing, then I'll go into the other points that have come up. So when it comes to writing, I call myself a professional grants writer, but I want to start from the beginning of my journey. So I finished social work. I studied social work in TIS, but I did not know the local language of Hindi or Marathi too well. So after I finished my college, when I went to the organization, which was doing really good work in Mumbai, I told them I want to work at the grassroots. I want to work with the children, with the women, and so on. My manager, so to speak, told me that, see, your Hindi skills are not that great, so it's going to take you a long time to connect with the communities. So why don't you write for us? Go to the field, but collect stories of all our grassroots workers, put it together, and then send it to our donors, because that's where our gap is. So literally, that's how I came into the writing field, because my spoken Hindi and Marathi were not that good, So my boss started to mentor me. He told me how to capture, see, like I would capture stories of, children in remand homes, children in Balwadi, slums, sometimes prisoners, and so on. But then how do I capture it and not overwhelm the donors, right? So this is an organization that works among the poor. and we collect funds from say the rich people, the rich as in the monetarily rich people, and then we work among 5,000 beneficiaries, so I was like the link between the two. So in my writing journey, initially it seemed pretty effortless. Okay, I just have to go listen to the stories, do like a journalist work, capture all the work and then communicate it to the donors. But slowly I started learning the minor, you call it the nuances or the distinctions, the donor's personality would make a difference. Okay, so if the donor is a very kadak and numerical kind of a donor, then I would collect number based data from the field. If the donor was more an emotional and he or she loved stories, then I would collect stories from the field. So that way I started learning a little more about writing. So now this was again only reporting. Then they took me into proposal writing, where you actually pitch a proposal to the donors and ask for money. Until then, what I was doing was, the donor would already have given money and I just send them, okay, this is what we use your money towards. Proposal writing became even more challenging because it was no longer just writing. There was so many needs, like when I entered the field, say I'll give you a live example. I worked in the remand home also, right? So I went into the remand home. I saw that the home needed mosquito nets, okay? But the donor had a loss in education or something, like they had a personal loss, like the child died, so they wanted to fund only education, okay? Now the authorities at the home will say that, no, actually we need funding for food, okay? But my manager would have another aspect. He'll say, no, none of this, but we need to get something else. So when I write, I have to be very clear. I almost have to become a nobody. I can't say, no, I will write only for mosquito nets. I've seen the children suffer, So it helped me. And of course, the staff that I'm writing for also, right? The grassroots staff, they would say, but Didi, this is not at all what we need. I know the donor wants to pay for education, but this is not what we need at all. And they would need something else, So balancing all the different people's needs, balancing all the stakeholders we call, listening to all of them. And then at the end of the day, staying true to what can actually be done on the field. That's what I learned a lot, mainly through the writing. And almost every night, somebody or the other will not be happy with what I've done. Many times it was even me. I would be like, yeah, I've written an amazing proposal. We got the funding. To give you an idea, it was 1 crore a year. That was a funding proposal I used to write for. But almost every night, somebody would not be happy. And I learned to live with that. That people will not validate what you're doing. Sometimes you don't feel validated, but you just got to show up at work and keep doing your best, like how the rest of us are doing. So that's the writing bit. I hope that was useful. Okay, let me move on. Some of you have written business and fashion. Okay, so business is something that we had to, this is much later on, more like 3 years ago, so we've stepped into the business arena. When I say we, it's my husband and I, and we didn't know anything about business. There was a lot of opposition that, you should just go for salaried jobs and so on. But we couldn't survive in the salaried sector. We would always feel frustrated, or we would feel like our efforts are not reaching where we are like working for, So what we did actually was, we did Ikigai mapping. We wrote down all the things. If you're familiar with Ikigai, there are those 4 or 5 circles: things that you love to do, things that you're good at doing, things that you can earn money out of, and then things that will benefit the community, right? So first we just wrote down a list of all the things that we love to do, including sleep, eat, watch movies, everything, okay, like unfiltered. We just wrote it all down. And then from there, we looked at what are the things we are good at. Okay, like for example, things I would love to do could be, paragliding. Okay, but am I good at it? No, I haven't started, I haven't tried. So that is removed from my list. Okay, so from the things I love to do, I take out the things that I'm good at. Okay, then I try to monetize it. What are the things I can charge for? Okay, because we have to put food on the table at the end of the day, right? And then whatever I'm able to monetize, can I also impact a community through that? any community. It can be a global community and so on. So that's how our business evolved in short. So for us, how it turned out was finally we both could teach and we could monetize the teaching. So we went into teaching whatever we knew. Okay, so literally our first banner, if you see, it would have, I think, some 30-40 items that we said we can teach, like right from coding, French, this, that, all syllabi, all classes, all, like that. And while we were teaching those 30-40 things to the local community, we would watch each other. My husband and I would watch each other in action. And we would give feedback that, hey, when you're teaching robotics, you actually look really happy. But when you're teaching something else, you don't look too excited. So why don't you drop the stuff that you're not excited about and start increasing, say, your robotics crowd, So similarly, he gave me the feedback that when I taught French in Tamil, I was very excited because the concepts were so much easier to communicate. So then I dropped everything else, the other 29 things I was doing, and I just started building my French uh, French work, teaching French through Tamil. And interestingly, right now, if you see my business coverage, I'm teaching right now a sandwich maker in Paris, and I was teaching housewives earlier. So they're all either France-based or in Francophone countries, and it's a very interesting coverage. I'm teaching bankers, but everyone I speak to them in Tamil. Most of my clients speak only Tamil and French. They don't even know English, So that again is like such an interesting learning. I'm like, wow, there are actually people like that, so, and it's exciting for me to expand my command over Tamil language as well as the French language. Is there time for one more?
No,
Leela?
no,
Okay.
Nitya.
No?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll stop.
yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
That was interesting to see how you moon. Yeah. Who- Anybody can go next. Sumedh or Geeta or Shaunak.
Yeah, I'll go next.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay then. So hello. You probably already know me. I'm Sumedh Rao. I am 15 years old, but I am short as a bean. Yeah. Okay. So let me start with my interest. So I am like in a lot of places. So I like cooking. Cooking is one of my best things. I mean, I love to serve people. I love to see the smile on their faces when they eat my food and they say, "Yeah, it's good." My video is on. Is it on? My video is on. Is my video on?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. I'll spotlight Sumedh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so I like to serve people and see a smile on their faces when they eat my food, and I like the flavors, the intensity, the cuisine, the Indian cuisine and the Italian, like bread, pizzas, arrabbiatas, and etc. Like are my favorite two things which I mostly cook in my household nowadays. And I got in love with cooking like back when I was like a small child. Like I saw my granny cook dosas and I was like totally into it. I loved how she poured and how she moved the ladle around, and I really liked that. So the first thing I learned was how to pour dosas itself. And from there, my mom, my granny, like they slowly taught me small things like chopping. And then there's like also was Sanjeev Kapoor and Vikas Khanna. I also see like a lot of those TV shows where there's like this show on how to make food and different types like on this kind of channel, and I used to like watch it all day and like to see how they're chopping, how they're mixing, and everything. I was like totally into it, and yeah, so that's how cooking like is like a really great part of me. And also one more thing I like was playing instruments. Now I already liked to play percussion instruments, so I joined like a tabla class where I learned tabla for like 2 years. And like I'm not that really good at it. Not like it was very long back ago, but I am still in love with percussion. So one more precaution I like is djembe. Like we used to go to these drum circles around in Mumbai, and like they used to bring like, the whole drums and all, and I was like, whoa, drums. They play along with them for me, and then also in our learning center one day somebody bought no somebody my friend my mom's friend gave us a drum set, like actual drums and with the cymbals and the hi-hats. So I was really intrigued by the instrument, and I started playing. Like then I learned from YouTube itself. Like I just started learning by myself through everything, like the basic beats and whatever I need to know about drums. I watched the video, and then I decided to go to this classes where they teach me drums. So like that is going on until now, which is good. So my passion for drumming and playing instruments, only percussion though, like just banging the hell out of the thing, that I like. And one more interest is art and animation. So this animation, so this like art I've been doing since I was in my childhood again. Like I used to draw on this software called MS Paint, which my computer had, and I used to like keep drawing. And one vague memory I liked about the software was when you draw, right? And you want to fill in the colors. You can just tap a button and just like it just fills in the color in your box. So like the colors won't go out like how on paper when you color your drawing, some of the color goes out or even further out. But that software, I really like that like it stayed in. So that was a very easy for me. And I used to keep drawing a lot of things, like my favorite stuff. Sometimes a galaxy. I used different brushes in that all the settings over there. And yeah, I mean, I've been like I used to be doing that, and then I moved on sketching. I've not done sketching that much, but I still really like it. And I also like pixel art. So some of you guys might not know pixel art is like those those small squares, the pixels, and you color in them. So it's like a square art. Like you make a circle out of squares. So it's like drawing using the pixels. And I got that interest from my friends. My friends were doing that, and I was like, "Whoa, that's a really cool pixel art." So I'm gonna do. So I asked them. I communicated, and I asked like teach me and like how to do it. So they told me, and then I started making pixel arts and doing. And then they were also doing animation, which I got introduced to. So then I was looking up online how to make animations for free, and then I found the software, and then from that day onwards, like I've been doing animation slowly but surely. Like I've been making my own animation. Like it's not that professional, but it's still I'm still learning which. So that's animation. Having it from my friends to me. What else? Yeah, and yeah. And also I like really organizing like stuff when we had in the learning center, right? Like I was like one of the organizers who organized like what will, so it is Halloween party we did, and I was the main organizer. Like we had the food which I made the menu of, we had activities and stuff. So I really realized that like I like to bring people together and have fun. So I really like activity games, and like Mafia. We have the Mafia, the game. It's also really fun for me. Even LSUC was like the biggest time for me. Over there, so many people, so much of learning. I also hosted there my first workshop on theater games. So I also took place in the OST over there, and I and I hosted a workshop on theater games. I brought people together and organized a series of game events, and I also made them play games. Yeah, and one more thing, one last. Hmm, I think I think that's about it. If I Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Sumit, for sharing
Yes.
your
Yes.
different journey, how you moved on
Yeah.
from one to the other.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Vimal, would you want to go next?
What?
Would you like to share your journey of dance?
Yeah, I will share. Yeah, Vimal here. I will share about my journey of dance, like how I learned and what made me interest in dance. Yeah, like basically what made me interested in dance is like if there's a what do you mean marriage in our relative, the marriage will happen. That time my mamu, the all what do you mean, my brothers and all will dance for the drums music. That time I was seeing them, they was dancing nice, but I was also impressed, like I also have to learn to dance for that music. And I will put the music in my phone, like I will play drums beats, and I was practicing. And I was like I was asking my brother like how to put this step, how he was doing that step, and all. I was fully with questions like how to do this leg step he was doing now in that marriage, how to do that, how to do this. Then finally I got the dance, but I didn't got that much of. I just got to learn dance for the what do you mean, the drums music. Then there was a, what do you mean, Pongal, no, they will celebrate Pongal. That time in our they put a stage. That was the first time I danced on the stage. I was so shy to dance because more people was there. I was shy to dance, and I want, when I was dancing first time, I want look towards the what do you mean, um what do you mean, the people. I will look down only because I'm shy. No, I won't look them. If I look them, I will think, oh, what, this boy is dancing like that. That's why I will look down and dance that time. Then my mama was telling, why are you looking down, look up. No, I was telling I was so shy, that's why I'm not looking up. She told, it's okay, you look up. Then if you look up only, they will know who's dancing on the stage. Then after that, what do you mean, the Pongal celebration, I was dancing. And second day, one dance master came to my home. He found my home and he asked my mom, you have a son, no, he's dancing very nice. I saw in the stage he was dancing very nice. Can I take him to my dance class? We are opening a new dance class. I was so shy. Amma, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. That time I was telling like that. But when I went there, I was like, what do you mean? I was learning the basic steps, how to do the leg steps. Then I was doing that dance class for what do you mean, 3 or 2 years. Still now I'm still making dance videos, and that master still teaching me. And one second, yeah, and I was learning with them. Suddenly, like my mama told, no, we have to change our house to some other, what do you mean, uru in the Tamil they will tell. And we came to Adivaram. And I cannot go to my old house. We went to a new house. That time I cannot see my master self, the dance master. I was so sad that I cannot see my dance master. Then my relative told, do you know one thing, your master is making video at what do you mean, YouTube. And they told the name, of the channel name. Then I went to that and I saw my dance master. Then I was whatever he is doing in the, what do you mean, the video, I practiced with the YouTube, with the help of YouTube video. And yeah, one second. Yeah, and I learned by seeing YouTube video. And when I went to my old house, I'm still in my new house. But when I if I go there, what do you mean, the will tell, like I learned Western folk, like that I will tell. He will tell, can you dance and show me? And I will show him. And he will tell, this steps and all is like me. I will tell, master, I learned from you. You went to your new house, now how you learned? I will tell that, you are posting a new, what do you mean, YouTube videos, no, I learned from that. Oh, nice, good job, he told. And he was putting more videos, and I was making videos by my own. And I there's I asked her, not my sister, my relative. I asked her, can you edit this dance video and give me? And I edited with her, and I was putting on the YouTube. My master saw the video, and he was asking, how do you do the steps? And he was telling, where you learn the steps. I told, I learned from you only this steps and all you only do. Oh yeah, no, I only used to do the steps. Wow, it's very nice, and you can learn more like that. They was telling like that. And suddenly, what do you mean? Some problem came. The problem was like my relative was telling, why are you going to dance class? You don't need dance now. You have to study always. And you should not go to dance class. And they stopped me from the dance class. I was so sad. And I was telling to my mama, why they are deciding for me? That is my interest. I have to decide. And I went again to the dance class, and again I was doing the dance. I was not at all listening to them. Now they are clapping that you are dancing very nice, and they are telling you are reading, writing, or thing also is very nice. I made them to tell that very nice.
Super, super, Vimal.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, that is interesting to see how you have been in this journey of dance.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So, are you done? You have something more, Vimal?
No, Leela, I am done.
Okay, yeah. Thanks, Vimal.
I'll go next.
Yes.
Yeah, can I go? I'll go next.
Yes, Shauna, you can go ahead.
Okay. So, hi everyone. I'm Shaunak, and I'm 12 years old. So many of these ROHX people know me. So my interests are mostly drawing, and then one of them, my favorite one, is cricket. So I just want to talk both of them. Otherwise, I can talk at least for 2 hours or 3 hours because I have a lot of interest.
Yeah, you can talk about one for today. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to talk about drawing. So drawing, I'm mostly into 3D drawing. So at least I have done 30 to 40 3D drawings, and in that I'll show you. Well, I think 5 or 6 of them. So
Maybe Shaunak,
So
you
the
can
first
share
thing
your
is-
journey, how you started, Shaunak. How you started, how you learned.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So first, I love watching YouTube, and then in YouTube, there is a video which the YouTube channel named 5 Minute Craft. So they do a lot of crafty things, and then they started to make 3D drawings. And then I got interested by these 3D drawing thing, and then I started to make 1 or 2 one day. And then some days I won't do, some days I would do 2, some days I would do 3. And then I used to do with small ones, and then I used to go get a bigger one, and then a very big one. Like I used to do 3D letter A, letter S, and all, and then a ladder which is climbing up, and then a room, and then stairs. These all. So so what I was saying is this. So this one, this looks like it is nothing, but when we show it in the perfect form, and then you will understand the art. Then whenever we start the drawing, it looks kind of different, and then whenever they show it in the particular angle, then only we'll get it. And if you're studying a 3D drawing, you won't get it. Like, you won't see the 3D version in your naked eyes. You should use a phone or any such kind of a gadget. It is much better, which I noticed. And then, so I don't have a big interest on it, but I love doing it. Like, I have done a lot of ladder type of drawings. This 3D ladder, and then the ladder is connecting to the roof and all. And then next, if you want to like join me for 3D drawing, I'm waiting for a person. So if you want, please connect me. And then what else I wanted to say is, 1 second. Yeah, so I just wanted to show my favorite art, Indian flag. So this is the starting one. If you just see it like this, it's nothing, just a flag and then bent like this. And then you bend it like this. And then from here, you can see like, 1 second. You see that the flag is standing straight up. So this was my favorite, and I did this on the Independence Day. I had participated on a museum activity, and then I got a participation certificate and all. Yeah.
That's interesting
Yeah,
to
done.
see this flag drawing. The way you have the vision, how it changes from one angle to the other angle. That is awesome, Shaunak. Yeah. Geeta, would you like to go next?
Yeah, thanks, Leela. Thank you all for joining today's Jaatre.
Geeta, you will have 5 minutes so that then we can have a question and answers round.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, I'm Geeta. I'm Kritik Anushka's parent, and I started. I would like to share about business which I started very young age, and I had different streams of businesses which I could work on. So initially, during my PU time, by then I started my boutique. I did my fashion designing, and I started my boutique once I was 18 years old. And later, I was running boutique and beauty parlor. And somehow I was not too very good at academics, and my parents were forcing me to complete my degree and my master's. So for that reason, I was researching on alternative education and some of the education which can bring in some joy for learning. And by then, Kritik was born, and I started my first school in 2008. And then it multiplied into branches, and I worked in different industries. But ultimately, I was not able to settle any other industry other than in education domain. And I will share, since I have very little time, I'll just share the screenshots of few pics which I could collect so that something can be shared. So now I've started one academy which is with sports facility. Are you able to see?
No, yeah, it's just started. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see this?
No, display over
It's
other
showing
activities.
a black screen.
Now
Oh,
your main screen we are seeing. I think
Okay.
you need to scroll whichever screen you want to show. You need to scroll, I guess. Yeah.
Scrolled it actually.
Yes, we can see the pictures.
See. Yeah, can you? Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
this is a sports academy. There are kids who are following and they are studying over here. So I take care of the academics and like a tuition center. And there are international players who stay board over there, and they play badminton and football, cricket, indoor swimming pool. And this is one of the photo in 2015, which I was part of school organization. And this is I started 15 branches and 25 academies. And this is a school which I was running. his name is Suzu, and
Your voice is breaking for me.
I mean, the school.
Is it breaking for others' voice?
Yeah, it's breaking. I think it's because of screen sharing and limited bandwidth.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably you can turn off the screen sharing and just speak, and that will be better.
Yes, Geeta.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, there's an internet problem because of heavy rain in Bangalore. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
it's much better. If you want to stop screen sharing, you yes.
Yeah. So, so all my, it's been 19 years now. I started business, and I had a recruitment firm, preschool, alternative school, activity center, daycare, and I worked in real estate and loan division, all that. So what I learned out of this journey is, it's like it is a learning. Every day it's a new learning, connecting with new people and understanding what statistics are they using to develop the business, and working out on new modules, and and then running it. So again, I'm back to the education domain, and helping kids complete their graduation, though they are into the sports as their mainstream of learning. So that's how I don't know how many minutes more is left out, Leela. I'm just counting my minutes.
No issues, Geeta. You have 1 more minute, you can just share.
Okay. Sure. So, anyone is interested in understanding more about what business I did and how did I start off with, or anything, if they wanted to, create their own business line in any stream of business, you can always contact me. I'll be happy to share my experience and the learnings which I did last 18 years.
Maybe Geeta, you'd like to share that. How did you even decide that this is the business I want to start next, or what made you to start so many different lines?
So basically, the graduation, what I did was supporting me on certain areas, like the boutique, which I initially started was out of soon as I finished my fashion designing. I was creative from my childhood. And then soon I finished my BCom and MBA. I started my recruitment firm and other organization, event organizing company and other stuff. But I understood that, I was not able to get the satisfaction what I get it in the education domain, or supporting children to work on their academics. So, the time I start, I'll have complete energy. I will put in my heart and soul, and I'll keep working. But slowly I drain it off and say that, it doesn't make any sense to me. And I wind it up. Like in 5 years time, I wind up the business and I give it off. Only now, first 5 years, all this explorations and exposures towards different streams was happening. But last 12 years, I'm in education domain only. But I've added real estate as an additional segment to bring in money, basically. So still waiting for the lucks to work on. So.
Yeah. Thank you, Geeta. Yeah, it was wonderful.
Very nice.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I just randomly, I could have shared some pics. I had saved some pics to share off with, but
maybe you can
share
share
it
in self and social chat. In Discord, you can share. I'll help you.
Sure, I'll do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll take a few questions. And Advai, are you ready with your whatever you would like to share? Advai, are you there?
Hi.
Okay, are you there, Advai?
Yes.
Yeah. We'll take few questions and then we will hand over. Then you can speak about yourself. Is that fine? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we will take few questions and then we will share. You can share your journey. Is that fine?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Now it's over to audience. We have 10 minutes, so we will just. If anyone has any questions to ask about their learning journey, about the topic, if we really want to understand about business or fashion or whatever, we can definitely connect with our drawing. We can connect with them on Discord. If you have any questions regarding their learning, definitely you can ask now.
I have one question for Geeta. Can I go first?
Yes, Satul.
Yeah, thanks. So Geeta, you mentioned that for last 12 years, you're working in the field of education, trying to support kids in their to do better in the academics. Give the example of college kids who want to pursue sports, but you still want to on what has been your focus in the field of education.
Okay, so every child or every need of the child is different, and what I do is like I sit with them and I understand what is their subject interest, and also talk to certain experts who are having career opportunities for this segment of students who are pursuing sports and alternatively wanted to pursue academics. So I understand the parameters in both the ends and try to explain them on the how many hours do they need to complete just for the exam perspective. So it might be sounding again a different work module compared to Arohi. So these are the kids who are looking at certifications because of their careers. So they'll be doing their 10th, 12th, and they'll be doing their graduations. They'll be doing some of the diplomas in certain academic program because they'll be applying for government jobs.
Yeah.
So I help them on individual basis and work towards them on daily ways. Like now this present academy, which is, there are around 30 kids who are from different cities and they have their school permitted their attendance. So I'll be talking to them on daily basis on understanding what classes they have. Do they have any difficulty in covering up those subjects, or do they need extra tuitions? How are they pursuing it? And when are they going to give their exams? If they're not able to, then when can we have another, substitutions of the exams? All this kind of day-to-day working out of their timetable is my major work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for explaining, Geeta.
Thank you.
Yeah. Advai? Advai?
Yes.
Would you like to share your journey? And then is it okay if it delays by another 5 minutes so that we can take the 5 minutes also for question answers? Is it okay with all?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. No. Okay. Yeah, let's listen to Advai, and then if somebody wants to move on, they can move on. Otherwise, who wants to connect with the people, you can connect. Yes, Advai.
Okay. So okay, so in the electronics, I am always interested in electronics. So in electronics, what do I do? This,
I'm not able to hear him clearly. Is this with me?
No, we can't hear Advai. Advai, you want to switch off the screen and your video? We're not able to hear you.
Okay.
Advai, we need to be little quicker, so it would be nice that you can.
Hello, Leena, can you hear me?
Yes, it's much better.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, okay, so I want you guys to choose about what you want to do. So the first option is, do you want to know only about electronics, or do you want to know how did I started? How did I learn about this and how you started, how you learned? Yeah, I want to know that. Or do you want to? Yeah, that's it. Just like
Okay. Your voice is not very clear, Advait. You are sharing your choice between piano or electronics, right?
No. Guys, I have dance class, so I'm leaving. So bye.
Okay, Avani. Yeah.
Now can you hear me?
It's better.
Okay, what I told is, do you want to know about electronics as do you know about the
Advait, quickly, can you share one of your learning journey, whichever you haven't spoken?
Okay. Okay, so my journey is I started by in one of the functions. I had went and I had seen a drone flying. So that's how I mean that's how I got interested to electronics. So then my goal at that time my goal was to make. So then my dad told you have to learn electronics. So then I started making some simple circuits using PCB. Those kits only I got, but it failed. Those kits failed.
We lost you, Advait.
And then I seriously.
Is everybody able to hear Advait? Or is it my...
Not clearly, not clearly.
Yeah, the mic is not proper in this
Okay.
case.
Advait? Okay, Advait, we will take it in the next time if you don't mind. Is that fine? We are not able to hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Advait. Yes, anyone for any other questions to others? To Sumedh, Shreya, Nitya, Geeta is here, Vimal is here.
I would love to know more about Nitya's musical journey, about her experiments with keyboard, but maybe some other time.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, what I would like to ask is each of you can just share one thought about your self-learning. What do you feel about self-learning? How is it helping you? How any thoughts about your own journey from your experience you can share about self-learning?
Yeah, for me, self-learning is experimenting. It's nothing less than experimenting. And it's also about choosing. It's like options. When I do self-learning, it's up to me. Like completely, I have the control of what I learn, what I want to do, what I don't want to. It's like I have to be.
Yeah, it's 4 o'clock. Bye.
Okay. Yes, Shreya.
Yeah, that's what I think.
For me, self-learning is like the best thing. I mean, like as I said, like I self-learned drums. I self-learned how to. I mean, like somebody else told me, like my mom told me, my granny told me, but still, like as Shreya said, like it's experimented. I mean, like you have to like see and see what happens when you try to do it. Otherwise, it's not gonna happen like that. And it's good also. I like it.
Nitya or...
Yeah. For me, self-learning has been about like the two words itself, self and learning. So it helps me keep in touch with myself. What are my triggers? What turns me on in the area of learning? Where are my boundaries? What brings me joy? And at the same time, am I learning as well? So it's about relating to myself and relating to whatever skill, or like whether it's business, music, whatever I'm invested in. And for me, self-learning has opened up this whole thing of lifelong learning. So I'm able to see myself learning at 90, at 100, and so on, at whatever age I am. Earlier, it was like, okay, college stuck, okay, master's maximum, if you want PhD. But now it's like I see myself as a lifelong learner, and the world seems to be my school. Slowly, I'm embracing that.
That's nice. Yeah. Vimal, Geeta, you have something to share before we close? Geeta? Geeta, Vimal, you have something to share? Okay. Yeah, it was lovely meeting you all people in this Jaatre. And I was really excited to hear your journeys, how you were able to learn so many different skills in your learning journey. Yes, definitely. Now people who we know that they are our books. Anytime you want to connect with them to find out more about different topics which you want to know, we have the live books here, human books, so we can definitely connect with them. Yeah. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for listening.
Yes. Thank
Bye.
you.